Okay, this video is for the poor bastard who's trying to change his golf cart tires by himself with tire irons. So I got these new tires, and here's my old tires. It's just a club car, Precedent. It's got, some tire wear. These are pretty big rims. They're 12 inches. They're decent. So the tire is 22 by 11, 12. So 12-inch rim. Got these, same size. They look giant, which is kind of strange, even though they're the same size as those. But here's one that's mounted, and you can see that it looks good. So it was a pain in the ass, but I'm gonna tell you how I did it with only using tire irons. 3 technically. I've got 2 there, and then I've got that short one there. It's like a spoon. But the trick to it is, first, you want to. I use soap and water for the first tire, but for this one, I'm going to use just this multi-purpose blaster. It's more of an oil-based. I'm hoping it'll make the tire pop off the bead a little bit easier. So the trick is to start. I start on the side of the rim that's exposed, because I like to do all the work on the back side. That way, if there's any nicks or anything from the tire irons, you're not going to see it. So the trick is to work your way around, all the way around this bead slowly. Make sure you use some kind of lubricant. And as you work your way around, you want to press this tire downward, so it wants to push down and unseat, right? So the goal is to work your way around 2 to 3 times, and each time you're pressing the tire off the seat a little bit more. Now, it may not seem like it's coming off the seat, but I promise you that it will eventually just pop right off. So just work your way around and around, and then flip it over. So, all right, I'm gonna get that done, and I'll be right back. Off. Okay, so I'm on the back side. This is kind of tricky with 2 hands, but only 1 hand. But as I'm going to work my way around, same thing. I'm going to try and unseat this side just enough that I can get my tire iron inside there and start prying it outwards. So you have to unseat this a little bit. So I'm just going to press down, and then I'm going to leave 1 spoon in, and I'm going to move the other spoon further out, a little bit at a time. Okay, so with a little work, once again, I just worked my way around slowly. You can see I started there and worked my way around, and finally the bead just popped. So it's completely off the bead. Now, using this same side, I'm going to get this underneath here, and I'm basically going to start prying this sucker up and over. And the trick is to, once you get one up, you got to just slowly work your way around, and it'll pop off the rim. Now the reason I'm doing that is to keep this rim from hitting the ground. So the rim just sits nicely on that piece of wood. And now basically what you got to do, this part's not too bad. You just want to make sure you get this thing a little bit oiled up. Kind of a pain in the ass, but not too bad. So the trick is to just get one side up like that. Now this part you have to be careful because you just want to slowly work it around. Oops, went the wrong way. There we go. Voila, it's off. So, not the easiest thing in the world. Probably not the right way either, but it works. Now, it's important to put some oil in this because it won't seat easily, which I found out before. So, just gonna get this back on there. You can literally press that in, and once again, work from the back. So, that part's easy. Here on this. Now, same thing. I'm gonna just put some of this on here. Got one there. All right. Now this part is a little tricky too. So you need to get started on at least one part of it. And this is where it'd be nice to have three hands. Okay, so I like to do it like this. This is how I did the last one. So if I'm over here, then I'm going to be almost 180 degrees away. But what's going to happen is as you pry this, this piece here wants to go up over the rim, but you need to keep it under the rim like this, right? This is where if you have someone to help you, it would be awfully nice because you can't use 3 tire irons. So, see here, that's, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's up over the rim and it needs to be under the rim. Now, once you get it under the rim, the trick is to keep it stretched so it's constantly pulling that in instead of coming up out over top of the rim. So now, after you get that on there like that, the next thing is to just slowly work your way around. And keep tension on it the whole time. As you can see, I got this one holding up here. So you don't want to stretch on too much or you'll break the cords on these. You can hear them creaking a little bit. So I'm just going to work my way around ever so slowly and just make sure this stays. One more and we're done. I'm just gonna stuff this in there. Boom. And it's on. And it's on. Now, you gotta seat it, right? So, if you used enough spray in there, then it should seat fairly easily. The trick is to I use 150 psi of air, and I try and, without a Schrader valve in there, force it in, it'll expand and it'll seat. Then put your Schrader valve in, fill it up. These are 35 psi max, so I fill them up to about 30 psi, and you'll hear the bead pop, and at that point it's seated. So that's it. I hope that helps you guys out. If you have any questions, ask. All right, so it's on there pretty decently. I'm going to, without any Schrader cap in there, I've got this thing. I'm gonna stick it over top the Schrader valve. And you can see it's seated. Well, it didn't completely seat, but it's holding air. So you definitely need probably at least 100 psi and a lot of flow to get that to move that much air into that, so it expands like a balloon basically. So I'm gonna get my Schrader valve and put it in, and then pump it up. So you'll need a Schrader tool like that. It's just a Schrader removal tool. Probably get that anywhere. And then I'm gonna put my gauge on here. And then I'm just gonna check. So I'm basically at 5. Takes a lot of air for these. Almost 30. Okay, the air compressor turned off now. Anyway, so I got 30 psi in it, and I know it's probably hard to see, but the front seated all the way around, and I can tell because there's a bead here. But if you look at the back, you can see that here you can see the bead, but then here it's not seated. So there's a couple things you can do. And there we go. Boom. Seated all the way around. So there's a million ways you can do that, but you could just drive it, honestly. Mount it and drive it, it'll seat. So this thing has 35 psi. I'm gonna take some out. There we go. And that's how you do it.